Hey everybody, Katrina here. I am getting ready to make a homemade cheese spread, which is totally awesome for taking to your summer parties or even just eating at home if you like to have crackers and cheese or whatever for a snack or an appetizer. This is actually my copycat of the, if you've seen it in the store, it's called Boursin dip, cheese spread, dip, whatever you want to call it. I call this Boursin because it is sinfully delicious. So this is my easy homemade recipe. By starting with just a 8-ounce block of cream cheese and a stick of butter. You can double this if you need to, but we're just going to do a single batch today. And we're going to put a couple cloves of garlic in here. These ones are kind of a little weird shaped, so I'm going to do more than 2. Because they're kind of small. So we're just going to use our garlic press for that. Scraping that off in there. And then you can just pull out the skins there. And we're going to put a couple more in. Like I said, these are weird shaped, but it does only call for 2. But you know, I mean, who can go wrong with garlic? Alright, so stick that in there. Or scrape that off. This tool is super handy for cleaning out the holes in here. So really easy for that. All right. And now it's literally just some spices. So it's super, super easy to make. I'm actually going to use a little bit of Parmesan cheese though. So sorry, not all spices, but Parmesan cheese as well. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. Actually, probably about 1.5 in here. Sorry, my recipe was doubled. We're going to do 1.5 in here. And I do have a 1/2 tablespoon, but I left it over in the drawer. That is one thing that's awesome about our set of measuring spoons is they come with a 1/2 tablespoon and 1/8 teaspoon, which you don't find often in a lot of measuring spoon sets. So that's perfect. Then we're going to put a 1/8 teaspoon of thyme. We don't want a ton of it. Just some ground thyme here. All right, or dried thyme, should I say. It's not ground. This is the dried, so it is the leaf version that is dried. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, honestly, that is best. Later in the season, I will have some of that. But I'm just going to put a teaspoon of fresh. If you had, or dried, if you had fresh, you'd probably use 2 tablespoons of it. It just doesn't make a huge difference. And we're going to do some of our all-purpose dill mix here. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of the rest of these. I've got some marjoram. Now, not a spice I would normally get on my own, but it came with this kit that I got. But now that I use it, I just keep refilling it. So that's awesome. We're going to do some basil. If you don't have that one spice, it's okay. It really still does not make a huge difference. And then we're so another 1/4 teaspoon of basil. And a 1/4 teaspoon of chives. And these are all dried. If you have fresh, feel free to use them. Just use a little bit more. And I'm just going to do a little sprinkle of black pepper. Calls for a 1/4 teaspoon. I don't have any black pepper in a container. So literally all those ingredients, just like that. That was it. I'm going to mix it up with my hand mixer and put it in the fridge to cool for a little while, and it's done, ready to go. So if you're, at a last minute thing and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to bring, crackers and cheese spread. Absolutely delicious and super easy. Great for your summer parties. All right, guys. Well, I will talk to you later. Have a great day.